Okay, so we will just follow a similar pattern or fashion than what we did first hour. Okay? When we look at this list, okay, we want to make sure that, well, do our best to know what the functions of those hormones are. Okay? So one of the things we could do is when you, again, I can't stress this enough, when you eliminate what something isn't, you can figure out what it is. So in each box, okay, we've got all of these. I think we had color coded them, so maybe what I should do is take those away for just a moment. And yes, you could get your sheets out for that, but what approach do we request that you take with your organic reactions? Try to do it without that, okay? Because again, some of this higher order thinking that we're requiring you to do, you're probably not going to have that option the next time that you see this. So again, when we eliminate what something isn't, we can figure out what it is. So the most common place to start, I think you would agree, is your steroids, okay? So who is a steroid? Okay, what else? And then, oops, I don't like the way that looks. And then you probably said this one, right? We'll just say that that's what we said. Okay, all right. So again, now we've got those four categorized. And then what might be your next step to eliminate these down? Polypeptides, you got one of two choices. Okay, that would probably be the most logical place to start. So, who's a polypeptide? That is amine-based. Okay, so then, okay, so then out of, what is there, 16, 10, and 6. Okay, so, well, I could have just added 5 and 5 and said, okay, we've got 10 left. Okay, you need to have the maturity to say that I don't follow or I don't understand. Is that anybody so far? Okay, so again, you have to have that ability when, and if you don't do that in your classrooms, 1 and 2 years from now, then please make sure you take advantage of on-campus tutors to get extra help if you think that you need that. Okay, so do these two have anything in common other than being cholesterol-based and steroids? How do we categorize those two together? Those are gonadotropins, okay? So then what does that make this steroid? It's got a specific categorization. It's a mineralocorticoid, so then what we want you to associate that is if these are gonadotropins, which they are, they have functions on the gonads, whether it's women or men. So if this is a mineralocorticoid, which it is, what mineral does it have an effect on? Okay, and then why is having an effect on sodium so important? Because the water is going to follow the sodium. As your kidneys pull that sodium out of the blood, as you correctly said, the water will follow that sodium. It's a way for your body to retain water, because when you do that, if you add more water, okay, or if you retain more water, that can have an effect on blood pressure, okay? If you pull too much water out, which I don't think would happen, the blood can come really thick. That could raise blood pressure, or if you allow more water to stay in, that could lower your blood pressure. And of course, you have No control over that, okay? Anyway, moving forward, then how do we categorize this bottom one then? It's a glucocorticoid, which means it has an effect on your glucose. Okay, so this isn't the only mineralocorticoid in town. Is there any others? Well, obviously, if that's how we ask the question. What might be another mineralocorticoid? So it has to have an effect on a mineral. You might have said it, I just didn't hear it. Why are you right when you say calcitonin? Because calcium is a mineral, okay? So then if calcitonin does what to calcium levels? Lowers it, so then there must be something else that counteracts that. PTH, okay? Then for the big money shot, okay, are those two, this one and this one. Do you suppose those are amino acids or polypeptides? I think they belong under here, right? They are amino acids? They are amino acids. Okay. So then we will begin with this tomorrow. Of course, calcium levels, this lowers it, then that one raises it. Like I told some of your classmates, I said, whatever it is that he's missing in that of his ag class, we would certainly record. Okay, so not a whole lot. We're just going to chop this up into bits. And again, this final it's going to be fairly large because we want you to know probably not so much how to categorize these. Don't say, oh my God, I need to list the 5 amino acid based hormones. That would help, but it's not going to be one where you have to list that on a table. I think that would be kind of silly to do so. But I can guarantee you're going to have to know that those 4 are steroid based. I think that's fairly straightforward, okay? And then probably that these are polypeptide based. They've got this amine group on them. Okay, so other than that, like I said, we'll categorize these just so we can put their associated function on there. Okay, so we'll continue with this tomorrow where we got to see once what the outcome is for Ms. Jill. All right, catch up to you next time.